Have you ever looked up at the sky after a sudden, devastating hurricane, or felt the ground shake during an unexpected earthquake, and wondered, what if this wasn't natural? For decades, one name has been whispered in the dark corners of the internet, blamed for everything from bizarre weather anomalies to cataclysmic geological events: HAARP. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're cracking open one of the most persistent, wildly debated, and terrifying rabbit holes in modern history: the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. To its critics, it's a secret military superweapon capable of bending nature to its will. To scientists, it's just a remote field of antennas in the Alaskan wilderness studying the upper atmosphere. But where does the truth actually lie? Is HAARP a hidden weather control machine capable of triggering droughts, steering typhoons, and cooking the sky? Or is it the ultimate victim of internet hysteria and scientific misunderstanding? Let's rewind to the early 1990s. Deep in Gakona, Alaska, a massive array of high-frequency radio transmitters sprang out of the frozen landscape. Funded by the US Air Force, the Navy, and DARPA, the official mission of HAARP was simple: study the ionosphere, that ionized layer of our atmosphere sitting 80 to 600 kilometers above us, where space meets Earth. By shooting focused beams of high-frequency radio energy straight up, scientists could briefly heat tiny patches of this upper layer, creating controlled mini-disturbances. They wanted to see how radio waves react, aiming to improve military communications, submarine tracking, and satellite navigation. Sounds innocent enough, right? Except, it was funded by the military, and it was built in complete isolation. By the late 90s, as the internet began to connect millions of curious minds, a shadowy narrative started to form. If you can shoot millions of watts of energy into the sky, people asked, what else can you do with it? The early theories were explosive. Skeptics argued that by superheating the atmosphere, HAARP could artificially bend the jet stream, alter weather patterns, or cook up megastorms on command. Before long, every major natural disaster, from sudden droughts to devastating hurricanes, had people pointing fingers at Alaska. And it didn't stop at the sky. Soon, a second, even wilder theory emerged: could HAARP trigger earthquakes? Theorists claim that beaming electromagnetic energy into the ionosphere could somehow bounce back down, penetrating deep into the Earth's crust, destabilizing fault lines, and shaking entire regions to pieces. With the rise of social media, these ideas didn't just grow, they went nuclear. Dramatic videos of strange cloud formations, terrifying storm footage, and mysterious light phenomena swept across the web, all tagged with one ominous acronym: HAARP. So let's step back for a second and look at the cold, hard numbers. Can HAARP actually control the weather? To answer that, you have to understand the mind-boggling scale of natural atmospheric energy. Take a single hurricane, for example. The energy driving a storm like that is equivalent to thousands of nuclear explosions going off every single day. It's a staggering amount of solar-driven thermal energy. Now, compare that to the radio transmitters at HAARP. While they can focus high-frequency radio waves into a targeted spot, the maximum energy output is tiny, a microscopic drop in the ocean compared to what nature generates. When HAARP fires up, it slightly warms a small patch of the ionosphere for a brief moment, and that's it. On top of that, there's a massive altitude gap. Weather happens down in the troposphere, the atmospheric layer extending only about 12 kilometers above the ground. The ionosphere? That's 80 to 600 kilometers up in space. The tiny heat modifications made by HAARP vanished long before they could ever interact with the complex systems that form clouds, rain, or jet streams. Science makes it clear: HAARP simply lacks the physical juice to manipulate global weather. Okay, but what about earthquakes? Could those electromagnetic waves penetrate deep into the Earth to trigger tectonic chaos? Again, physics tells a very different story. A moderate earthquake releases energy equal to several megatons of TNT. That kinetic force originates miles deep in the Earth's crust, as tectonic plates shift and snap under immense pressure. HAARP's radio waves, on the other hand, interact almost exclusively with charged particles in the upper atmosphere. They don't bore into the Earth's crust, and they certainly can't generate mechanical stress on fault lines. The energy transmitted is orders of magnitude too weak to nudge a tectonic plate even a millimeter. So why do these theories stay so alive? Because human beings hate randomness. When a devastating storm or earthquake strikes, searching for a human villain or a secret machine feels more comforting than accepting nature's brutal unpredictability. Add in a complex scientific topic, a healthy distrust of military-funded projects, and the viral nature of social media algorithm loops, and you have the perfect recipe for an immortal conspiracy theory. In reality, HAARP's actual work is fascinating, without the sci-fi superweapons. By studying how radio waves travel through the ionosphere, scientists help protect our long-distance aviation signals, maritime navigation, satellite networks, and GPS systems. They even research space weather, like solar flares, to protect our global power grids from catastrophic collapse. At the end of the day, HAARP isn't a planet-shattering weather machine, it's a high-tech mirror aimed at the sky, helping us navigate a chaotic universe.